social media has done the same damage to women that porn has done to men. So whereas porn has gave men that instant gratification that made them lazy and whatever the case may be and just keep them stuck, the instant attention that women can get now has made them lazy and entitled. And when I say lazy, I mean lazy lovers. Lazy, entitled, or they think you owe them something. It has done pretty much the same damage to the mind, whereas a woman can literally get attention like this. Back then, a woman had to earn her attention by keeping herself up, going outside. If a woman was in the house or she was a homebody back then, she ain't getting no play. And the dude that she met, she hung on to him for dear life. He didn't give a fuck how big of a piece of shit he was. And so the attention aspect has kind of changed the game in a sense that women are a lot less tolerable to mistakes or bullshit. So that makes it a little bit more difficult if you don't know what you're doing. But the good thing about the technology and the internet is that you have information to counter that. So you don't make the mistakes and the bullshit. So yeah, it came with all with the standards, and it's not even that they have standards. It's just that the toleration for bullshit is a lot less. And what I mean by that is, back in the day, it was like a viable strategy to like go meet a woman, and then do the whole, well, I want to show her I'm different. I'm not gonna go for the sex, and you go over and shit, and you just fall asleep without making a move. That used to work like a charm back in the day. That don't work like that no more. It work on some, like a certain type of women, but it don't work like that no more. Now, or even if it, like, let's say it didn't work, where it was like, oh, he's different. Let's say if she didn't buy that, right? A woman still would deal with you and pursue you and allow you to pursue her, because, again, for a woman to get attention, or sexual attention like that, she would have to keep herself in shape. She would have to go buy clothes, put on the clothes, do her makeup, put on the lipstick, go out and position herself to get hollered at and get attention. Whereas now it's just, I post a picture, put a filter on it. She could be looking like fucking Flavor Flav, and post a filter and make it look good, Photoshop it up, and she'll get all type of attention in 100,000 DMs. And so what I'm saying, I said that to say, what that did was, back then, if you pulled that move, and even if she didn't buy it, she would still fuck with you, and she would still tolerate a little bit more your lack of knowledge or your lack of experience, or even if you was playing games and she knew it, she'll still deal with you, because who knows when their next meal was gonna come from. Her next meal meaning consistent attention and validation and all this shit. And so she would deal with you. Now, if you go on a date with a woman and she hot and ready and you don't make the move, she'll ghost you. She'll never talk to you again, because there's 50 other dudes who can get the job done. But if you know the game, you don't have to worry about that. So a lot of guys just don't know the game. It's a lack of knowledge, but that's what makes it harder. It's stuff like that. But if you know the game, it's actually 1,000,000 times easier. It's 1,000,000 times fucking easier. So technology changed the game in that way. And again, it is a lot more distractions. And, some guys would rather just, well, fuck, I'm going to just sit on the video game and just, be social. Back then, video games, or the people who played, video games existed, but everybody didn't have the internet and shit. And so the video games get boring after a while. It was the same old game over and over and over and over and over again, right? You play the same game, the same linear game over and over and over again. Whereas now video games have updates. They fucking add new content to them, and you can get online and you can socialize. So for a lot of the times that is better to a lot of people than going out to a nightclub and being social or going to a party. So that effect with tech had that a part of technology has an effect on it as well. So, but even still, you can still do that and get online and just swipe and get you some bitches, even if you're a homebody. You see what I'm saying? So it changed the game in that way, but it also made it easier. So now you don't have to go out. So although it's distracting you and keeping you in the house, with dating apps and fucking Instagram, you ain't got to even go outside. So it's all about the knowledge and knowing what to do.